everybody, and welcome back. It is Razzy here, bringing you guys a little bit of a different video. It's taking me a bit to sort of gather everything together, decide my thoughts on them sort of beforehand. Sort of. Not all of them. I've actually looked at the trailers, or fully looked into all the information. It was hard to just find regular release trailers for a lot of these things, but this is the top 10 for me games that I am looking forward to in 2019. More geared towards sort of the first quarter and second quarter, so by the end of March or by the end of June is when a lot of these games are coming out. So without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, so at number 10, we have one that is going to be globally released. I'm sticking to releases here, by the way, that are games that are going to be releasing globally, or at least have a confirmed global release. I don't have the release date for all of them, but the first one is going to be released here. This is my number 10, is March 7th, and is called Brown Dust. So let's look at the trailer here, and then we'll look at a gameplay trailer. So this is the cinematic to get people hyped for the game. Music is outstanding. Oh man. Alright. Oh yes, yes. Levia, absolutely yes. He's pretty fucking cool. None. Oh, the girl on the right looked nice. Looked like a Valkyrie. I only saw her for a second, so let's see if I can go back here. Hold on. No. I thought because of her wings here that maybe I saw some of the Valkyrie traits on the side of her, but nah. I saw the wing, and that was all I saw. The rest of her, alright. So let's quickly move over to the next one. A lot of these are through Facebook, so I don't want to show off too much to you guys here. So let's get this going. Should be good here now. Start it. So this has a gameplay in this one. This is the official global release. This is the current trailer posted on their Facebook. For all of these games, I'll post all the information I do have below. So if there's a Google Play link, if there's a Facebook pre-register link, a couple of these are only Facebook only to register, but then they appear on the Google Play and Apple Store later, so it's a little bit weird. Anyways. So this one shows actual gameplay here. That's what the gameplay looks like. March 2019, specifically March 7th. So you can see from right here, it looks like, oh, hold on. So it looks like we got obstacles here. That means you can't walk in those places. We got tile-based combat. The art is obviously small, very cheap. You're like, oh, wow, this is on high definition. There you go. I mean, you can't really see much here. I'm sure once we get in the actual game, it'll be better. So I already did an actual first look of this game. 3, 4, 5 months ago, something. Probably it was like 5 months ago. Because there was a sort of global release, but this is the actual one for North America. I don't really understand. Either way, this game is going to be releasing with its 1-year anniversary, because its 1-year anniversary is on March 7th. So we are going to be getting the global launch plus the 1-year anniversary, so probably going to be some good re-rolling in here. Sorry, some stuff might have been cut off. No, it isn't actually. Cool. So let me go here. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll just post a link later. It is gonna be published by NeoWiz. Alright. Alrighty, so this next one, as you can see, I'm all bright and orange now, even with my lighting in my office here. It's very bright imagery here. This next one is Skylanders Ring of Heroes. It is made by Com2US or Com to Us, Come to Us, and Activision. Same people who made Summoner's War, and I have played a little bit of this game and can tell you it was a pretty good gacha game. The fact that it still ranks in my number 9 shows you I'm very unsure based on what I played. It had a lot of really good stuff, but it was also like the beta, so I wasn't sure if they were really giving us stuff or not. This is going to be on the lowest volume because this phone vibrating is the dumbest thing that they could have done. But this is them saying this actually releases on the 27th of March. So when I do my 12-hour stream at the end of every month, which would be the 28th, that most of that 12-hour stream is probably going to end up being Skylanders. Or if Skylanders sucks, then not so much. So here we go. Yeah. 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 See? February 27th, 2019. And then sorry, I accidentally tabbed out to something I shouldn't have. Look at this Spyro, man. So that's Spyro, and he looks like a gremlin. I have nothing else to say other than a lot of you guys, this will probably be my most PG-13 content that I do. I will be trying to be as kid-friendly as possible in playing this game, doing to know that the younger audience most likely is going to be the ones that are going to be here. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do it for the entire time that I cover this game, but at least for the start, we'll try our best here. Let me see if I can find another gameplay for you guys. Here's the actual gameplay trailer. This is off of their YouTube, by the way. Not actual gameplay footage. So I don't know any of these characters other than Spyro. I wonder if it's gonna show... Ah, yeah, there it is. So it's 3v3 combat with the extra healer or extra supporter that you can have. So this sort of shows combat. Obviously, it's not real time like this. It's turn-based. Well, it's action-based. It's kind of like a Hearthstone, a little bit. You have sort of a mana pool that you use that decides your skills. Either way, we'll be looking at this in a couple of days. Ooh, super villain here. Oh wow, they're all banding together to fight the boss. I don't remember seeing that. Alright. Well, that was Skylanders. Alrighty, and the number 8 one for me looking forward to, you can't actually read the title here, so this is Last Cloudia that is supposed to be released at some point this year. I don't know when. I tried to find any information about the global release of it, and they just said it's coming probably by mid-summer for this game for this year, but you never know with release dates with mobile games. Sometimes they give us a release date, like with Skylanders and with Brown Dust. The rest of these games, it's a toss-up, man. They may just release them out of nowhere, like, you know, like Epic 7 did. So here we go. This is Last Cloudia. And that is the publisher, Eidos. Or maybe it's the developer. One of the two. Oh, got ship-on-ship battle. Oh, I hope that you can jump from ship to ship. Ah, so there's the actual gameplay there. So we're getting sort of getting like a Brave Exvius vibe. Yeah, definitely Brave Exvius inspired. Yet with like Dragalia Lost's action style. Man, I don't get how you go from this beautiful cinematics to those tiny graphics. Why do you invest so much on these graphics here? You know? I'll never understand. I mean, graphics sort of matter, sort of don't, because we're talking mobile games here, but I don't know, if you can do stuff like this, you would think you would use Unreal Engine to make a really amazing game with action-based. Either way, this looks fantastic. I love the beast character there. There we go, last Cloudia. So yeah, that's about it that I have for news for this game. Trailer wasn't done. You can't just steal that. You have to pay for it. No, never mind. You could take it. See, 2019 release. That is all we have. Alright, next game. Alright, the next one is a source of a lot of controversy with a lot of people out there. But as a mobile streamer for the most part, and a mobile gamer now, I do play, you know, PC games, and I do play console games, and I have done them on stream. Actually, more of my stream has been that. It's only recently been mobile. As somebody who played tens of thousands of hours of Diablo 3, I know, Diablo 3, what? When I saw this, I was so over the moon for this game here. Yeah, that's right, it's Diablo Immortal. Alright, bring it on, guys. I could take the heat. I love Diablo 3. I didn't play the first two, but I love Diablo 3, and maybe that's why people didn't like 3 as much, is because 1 and 2 were supposedly better, but I didn't play them because of the age that I was and how I got around to them. But while waiting for Diablo 4, this is the perfect segue, and as someone who plays mobile games, oh, this looked amazing. I'm sure you guys have all seen this, but we're gonna play it anyways. Oh, NetEase also. It was made by NetEase Games. I've actually played very few NetEase games as a mobile gamer.
The World Stone.
Yeah.
It was the power of creation and the birth of our eternal conflict. From the high heavens to the burning hells, our desire to control that power poisoned its very nature. And so, I gave my life to destroy it.
Yep.
But its corruption spread.
Well, of course it did. What did you expect to happen? That demon was like, "Nani?" Why you no hit me, bro? Hey, girl. I love her voice actress. Love her voice actress. He's like, oh wait, I didn't realize we could use skills. Let me stop using basic attacks. So, the voice actress for the wizard in Diablo 3 is Princess Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I love Avatar: The Last Airbender.
If to survive, they must stand together and face the rising darkness.
So you added the Necro in here after the Necro was released in the Crusader.
That may not be enough.
Now with the mobile release, you have a chance to release the Druid that we've all been waiting for in Diablo 3. Well, there you go. Alright, so with Diablo Immortal, why am I so excited about it? Now, we didn't see any gameplay there. Let me try to find some gameplay for you guys real quick. Alright, right here. So, the reason why I am so excited for Diablo Immortal is because, I mean, you look here, you look at, I mean, just this alone, right here. This right here, we saw a raft a minute ago, this raft right here, stuff like this. So, it may be NetEase actually making the game, but if you look at it and you look at the fact that this is a Blizzard game going to mobile, I mean, look at Hearthstone, for example. A lot of people who play Blizzard games will play Hearthstone on their mobile device, right? Blizzard is 9 times out of 10, depending, I mean, that 1 out of 10 is the one that people talk about, but 9 times out of 10 is what they do in very high quality. Now, people may not disagree with the way that they release things, like the start of Diablo 3, but bringing this level of quality to mobile in general is going to overall bring, I think, more sort of AAA developers to the mobile platform, and that is simply why I'm so excited. And the reason why it is 7 is I'm not a big fan of action games because I play through emulators on PC. I mean, if I have to, I'll stream from my mobile device, but playing on an emulator isn't that great. Usually action games are meant for you to play from your phone itself, and so that's why it's not rated as 7, even though I think it's going to be very high quality. But there's Diablo Immortal, number 7 for me. Alrighty, so we got a little bit of a weird one for you here. This is Exos Heroes, which is going to be released, oh boy, should be, you know, at the latest, probably Q3 of this year, but it's made by Line Games, which very few games have been made by Line Games that I've heard of it. They've recently, this last year, sort of stepped into, well, last year, 2018, sort of stepped into the foray here, put their gloves on and entered the ring. So this is Exos Heroes, and so, you know, we'll see what happens with this publisher, see if they can become another one of the giants. Alright, so what I'm seeing here from this is that isn't a cutscene rendered like for Epic 7. Yeah, this is in-game right here. This is what it will look like when you are in-game. So, sort of the MMO style. I hope that it's not another, like, Lineage 2, recently Axe. I hope that it's not another one of those. I hope that it's... I don't know what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it brings something new to this genre. But this is just made in Unreal Engine, which is why all of this, it may look like a cutscene, but you could actually play in this cutscene right here. And they could make that happen, because all of this is rendered in real time through Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is fantastic. The fact that we're getting so many games releasing now using, you know, you'll see later on in this list, games that are sort of trying that new style of rendering everything in real time rather than pre-rendered cutscenes. So let me explain to you guys the difference if you're not aware here. So Epic 7, for example, when you do a skill cut-in, where, like, let's say you have Luna using her skill 3, or you have Lots using his skill 3, or I'm trying to think of other people, Tenebria, or Haste, any of these characters using their skill 3 animation. That scene that you're seeing is not rendered in real time. What it is that giant download when you do at the beginning of the game. You're downloading these already made cutscenes. So what happens is during combat, they pause combat, play the cutscene, and then resume combat. So it uses less processing power. But it's also... there's less that you can do with it. For example, a game like this, for example, you know, you saw right when they were in the middle of town there. So right here, You see different skins. You know, let's say this was a male character at one point. You could take this male character here, and you can gender bend them. As an example, you can change their costume and use the same cutscene, the same animations. It's just now they're a female with a different costume. If you were to change the costume or change the gender, for example, of any of the characters in Epic 7, like Aether, who should be a girl, that cutscene will always be that same pre-rendered cutscenes. Now they can make new cutscenes for alternate versions of people, but it won't be able to update in real time like a game made through Unreal Engine. So that's why Exos Games I'm very excited for this. Should be out. This one is looking more to be sort of the end of 2019, but it still gets a nice good spot on my list. I'm actually going to put this at the beginning of the look at this game, which is KurtzPel. There is a minor epileptic seizure warning for this because the way that they have the graphics turned up, the way the effects happen in this, there's a lot of like flashing in your face a little bit here. So I just want to give that warning before we actually do this. So there you go. Alrighty, and we have our first non-mobile game and the only non-mobile game on this list. I think it could come to mobile. I think it absolutely could. So this was a game that I heard about through a channel that sort of does upcoming MMOs and upcoming games that are coming out. And I've heard a lot about this game since its release, and I'm currently a part of the alpha test. You'll see footage on my channel. Actually, the video right before this one is the KurtzPel beta alpha test. The fact that we're in alpha now means this game is probably going to be coming out within the next 6 months. Usually that's about the schedule for fast-tracking a game. Based on what I've seen, it looks like the game is ready to go, like, balance changes, adding in a lot of stuff. There's a lot of the meat of the game is missing from this game right now, but with the meat of this game being missing, it's there. It's all there. Everything that you need is there. I mean, there are a lot of tweaks that need to be done with PvP, for example, and PvE, and they're constantly updating through the closed alpha, but so this game takes place in the Elsword and Grand Chase universe. It is made by COG Games, which Grand Chase is my favorite PC game of all time, which is why it is on this list here, even though that's why it's top 10 upcoming games and not top 10 upcoming mobile games, because it's not a mobile game. But let's take a look here. So you get to create your own anime-style character. Both of these characters you see here, both of these are completely all made and customized by themselves. So then we'll go into actual in-game combat here. You have 2v2 PvP currently, and then you have 2 people that you could fight against bosses, sort of a little bit like Monster Hunter style. You can quick change between 2 weapons, so they're only going to show, I think, 1 weapon combat here, but you can very quickly and fluidly switch between 2 weapons almost instantaneously. The major focus of this game is going to be PvP, which is very disappointing. I hope that they change their mind. When the actual game comes out, you're going to have this thing called Chaser Rank, and in order to access the high echelon tier of rewards, you're going to need the only way to raise that Chaser rank, that was an ultimate right there. The only way to access to raise your Chaser rank is through winning in PvP. Which is a little disappointing, because this game has so much PvE potential. I don't know why they decided to go mostly PvP, because if you look at Grand Chase and Elsword, they were both 50-50, and they both did fantastic. I mean, Grand Chase died, but Grand Chase was my favorite game of all time for a reason. You know, you had both, and I was always just mostly a PvE player, so you can see just how flashy this game looks. So right there you see a little bit of, I don't know if that's like DBZ or like Street Fighter or some of these fighting games out there. So I'm not sure if it's like those games where, let's say Dragon Ball FighterZ, how you can sort of continue a combo chain because you're punishing the other person because they went greedy on like a big swing and they missed, then you have an opening, so you do a long chain of combo. I'm not sure if that's what that was there, or if that's just something that needs rebalancing. But yeah, I am... Depending on how well the PvE in this game is, I could see myself playing this game for a long time. Maybe more off-stream. But yeah, it looks fantastic, so... Alrighty, and the next one to get really excited about, actually, because it just... Oh, what was it? Almost exactly 3 days ago from when I posted this video. All of a sudden, on the KU app, we just see, hey, global release on the KU app. So we're going to talk about this. There's so much that could go right or go wrong. Who knows with this here? But this is SINoALICE. I call it Sin of Alice. It was produced by Square Enix. It was made by Yoko Taro. Yes, the same Yoko Taro that made Nier Replicant, and Nier Automata. The 3 different Nier games. Yes, there is Nier collabs in this. Currently, actually, in the Korean version, there is a Nier Replicant, which was the second Nier game collaboration going on. So if you guys want to download the Korean version and sort of see what it's like. But yeah, this game was supposed to have a Q1 release. Actually, we were already supposed to have this game. Sort of like with Skylanders. Rewind a couple of months. This game was supposed to come out in January. You know, Skylanders was supposed to come out in like December or beginning of January. I kept hearing, oh, it's coming out next week. Oh, it's coming out next week. This game here, supposed to have a Q1 release, so that means the end of March. So February 23rd is when I'm recording this. Hopefully it is out before the end of March. So the reason why we haven't had this game and a couple other games on the list is Nexon put their company up for sale. The owner, who had like a 98% stock in the company, the owner of the company who founded it, decided to sell it. So I think we were just waiting for the sale to happen before the games could come back out. That's the only reason I can understand why all of these big games that were supposed to come out Q1 and just smash it out of the park, which we'll talk about that after this is over. So anyways, this is SINoALICE. So SINoALICE is Grimm Fairy Tales, if you've ever heard of Grimm Fairy Tales. So that right there is Alice. So Grimm Fairy Tales is the same fairy tales that you know and you love. That's Cinderella. Except it's the violent story. It's the gory story. It's what happened before or after, or, you know, they don't get their happy ever after in the Grimm Fairy Tales. And personally, I love the books Grimm Fairy Tales. So, there it is, Yoko Taro. Alrighty. We're going to show gameplay. I might have to show you guys some gameplay here in a sec. Developed by PokeLabo. So it is being published by somebody completely different for global, which is Nexon. So a lot of people out there, I've actually gone to the Reddit of this, which I don't usually go to Reddit because I had to find any and all information about SINoALICE here. So let's actually go to the KU app page here. So the global, you see one of the other games here. I talked about Axe earlier. So KU app is the application that is used so that we can play Eastern games here in the West. At least that's the way that I've always used it. There may be, maybe it's more like APK Pure, though I don't think so. It allows us to play Korean, Japanese, Chinese games, Taiwanese games over here in the West. And so SINoALICE, from what I can understand, everything that I've read, is going to be released on the Ku app globally instead of on the iOS or the Apple Store, or iOS/Apple Store, the iTunes Store, or the Google Play Store. So what this means is you're gonna have to go to Google Play Store or your iTunes Store, find the Ku app there, download the Ku app, and then download SINoALICE. So I don't know if this is... Hopefully this changes in the next 2 to 4 weeks when the global actually comes out. Hopefully this isn't another Epic Games sort of thing where they're like, here, you get a bigger cut if you go to our app. Because the way that you spend money through Ku app, I don't know if people are going to be trusting of this app. I don't think it's a great idea. I don't think that it's... Personally, I hope that they revert back on this, but let's talk about Nexon here for a moment while we're here, because I think a lot of people are going to say, oh, Nexon. See, say what you want about Nexon. They do some pay-to-win stuff. They also, the way they're pay-to-win is fair. You know, in MapleStory, for example, you could buy cosmetics that were time-based. You know, it was... they only lasted for a certain period of time. You know, most of the time their cosmetics are, they don't give you any stats. You know, it's not Netmarble where you have this costume that I spend $25 on changes my skills to make them better and gives me a whole bunch of bonus stats. It's not that. It's, oh, this costume looks really nice. It looks really good. Most of the game, I've played probably over, I could say this for this company, I've played probably over half to 3/4 of Nexon games, and I can say that for the most part, the way that they do their monetization is fair. It sucks that the company is being bought out. I really just hope it's not bought out by Netmarble. The 3 companies that could have bought it were, Netmarble, NetEase, and Tencent. Those are the 3 big takers. So I really hope that Nexon doesn't go backwards. You know, I hope it's... backwards would be this way. I hope it's a jump forward with them. You know, I hope that they only improve. They put out high-quality stuff, and you buy their costumes or whatever to support their games, not to... It's not pay to win. You know, as with all mobile games, you can pay to win, but it's not pay to win in an unfair way. Hey, this really awesome costume gives me a huge advantage. Instead, it's... You know, I can buy gems and then summon more often, you know. So, this should be out soon. Let me show you guys some gameplay. Be right back. Alright, so it's going to be slightly cut off, but this was me looking at it again today. Yesterday. It's been a long day of looking up stuff and recording since I did my stream earlier today. Yeah, I'm still awake from when I did this stream here. So this is what the actual gameplay works. So this was from my stream. So you see sort of chibi characters, but this is the way that you downsize a character into sort of a chibi and yet also retain high quality, and I love it. So you have Alice here. I don't know who this is. So this is gameplay. Let me listen to myself here. This is gonna be weird. So because this is recording from stream, you're gonna see some people chatting on the side. Now, of course, we're just going off of the a completely different developer released the Korean and Japanese version of the game. So yeah, so what I'm saying there is PokeLabo came out with the game. Oh man, that face. PokeLabo came out with the game on you know, I could have sized this down a little bit. PokeLabo released it in Korea, and Nexon is releasing it so for global. But you see sort of right here-ish. Let me scroll it back just a second so you can see. These right here are weapons, and you use the weapon. Each of them have a one-time use, and you have 5 of them. So all 5 characters have 5 weapons that they can use, and that will decide the damage that you do. But anyways, this is some gameplay for SINoALICE. So I actually went out of order. Lyn, the Lightbringer, is actually my number 2. I'm probably going to say that it's number 3 during it, but you will see it after this one. So you know what's coming next. I am bad at editing and stuff. So this is Valkyrie Anatomia. So This is the number 3 for me. Square Enix game. Don't remember who the publisher is. I'll let you know by the end of this little spiel here. But another one with a bit of a problem here. Valkyrie Anatomia, you can only pre-register by going to their Facebook page and following it. Only way to pre-register. Yeah. Here we go. This looks fantastic too. I love Unreal Engine, if I haven't said it enough.
神々よ。こんなことを一体いつまで続けるのだ。死にたいか。
Really? Alright. Since it started loading for a sec there. So this just got announced this week for its global launch. So... So here is the in-game. So, we got turn-based. We got, great graphics, and that's pretty much it. Valkyrie Anatomia, the origin. Coming soon on 2019 spring. So, published by Wonder Planet, which is out of nowhere. I should probably go look up what Wonder Planet is. Okay, just looked up Wonder Planet. They have 2 sort of really no-name games that I've never heard of before. So, out of nowhere, releasing a Square Enix game, or publishing a Square Enix game. This looks great from the little bit that we can see here. And I've seen a lot of other footage, but I'm not going to put somebody else's gameplay footage in my video here. I don't want to have to go through the whole getting permission and then linking to them and everything. So we're using just official trailers here. So this is another game that should be out by the end of like the next, I mean, maybe latest May, but probably we're looking at maybe like an April release here. So fantastic. All right, and the first one we have with a fancy site. Okay, this is Lynn the Lightbringer. The global registration should be soon. You could see down below Nexon. So this is another one of those big hitters that was supposed to be a Q1 release. So this game, a couple of other games on this list, in addition to like SINoALICE and everything. Nexon has a fancy site here. Hello Stranger, pre-register. So this is exactly what you guys are going to see when I link it to you. You can also pre-register on Google Play. As with all games that have an email pre-registration and an actual email pre-registration, make sure that you do both of them, because then when the game comes out, we're all going to get emails, or if we do, get emails that people are like, well, where'd you get those extra pre-register rewards? From here. You pre-register on Google Play and here. So you see what you get here. The Facebook page, I'm not going to go over it. So, why are we excited about this? I love Unreal Engine. I think it is fantastic, especially now that it's becoming such a huge thing on mobile. So you see we got a character here. Well, I'll show you the gameplay in just a minute here. But this should be out in the next couple of weeks as well. A couple of people have already covered it. It sort of had like a soft launch, but the only English-speaking country it's currently out in is Australia. So if you're in Australia, go play it. It's already out. So we have the 2D splash art. I love it when games do this. You have your 3D art. This is what your in-game art will... Look at that. That is in-game... That is what your character will look like. Fantastic, man. And then probably a different animation. Let's go over a couple of characters here. Got a knight. We got a little puppers. Lynn. When it comes to the white aesthetic of characters, Weiss, for example, from Ruby, 10 out of 10 for me. I love this. And then they have little oh, you can't watch the cinematics right now. I really like her. Sort of looks like a tavern maid, like a tavern brawler. Like it looks like she was just manning her bar, and then some dude didn't pay their bill, so she's like, all right, I gotta go collect what's mine. I love the hair, man. We got a king here. Varos, I feel at home on the battlefield. Oh, I love the hand. Winry. Oh, Full Metal Alchemist. Oh. I love the I want to say like Harlequin. Way back, the like jesters from back in the day. Sort of like Hunchback of Notre Dame here. Ooh, and then we got some steampunk going here. We got jiggle physics, but the big thing to take away from here is the steampunk bow, which doesn't have a string, and the ears, man. So I don't like eye patch people, but but let's see how this person looks. I don't like eye patches. Ooh, hello there. Like the horns, like it looks like this person's probably like aquatic, probably. Nice. I love the color here. So then we're gonna go to the media. We're gonna go to the first trailer here. So this is Lyn Lightbringer. Is it just showing you what I just showed you guys? I think that it is. No, a couple of new people. Ooh. Lyn the Lightbringer. Alrighty, let's see if we can find a, is there a gameplay trailer? And then we have, this was like their E3 announcement. This is gameplay here. In case you guys didn't believe me about those avatars being used in game, here you go. In-game art here. In-game. Oh, they're just gonna show people's ultimate skills, basically. Boss fights, gotta love boss fights. I like the bodies being on the ground there. Alrighty, well that was Lyn the Lightbringer. Looking forward to this. That's why it's the number 3 on my list. Can't wait for this one to come out. Notice how all the games that I'm looking, like the higher up you go, they're all Nexon games. Nexon does good work, man. Alrighty, and at the top of our list, you guys knew that they had to be here. My number 1 most look forward to game for this year. I could see myself playing this game for let's say it comes out in March. I could see myself playing it all the way till December. This is a game I could see myself playing for 9 months. I played a lot of it in Korea. I actually had to stop the, not Korea, Japanese version. I think I played the Japanese version of the game. You've probably seen me play a bit of it here on my YouTube. If you haven't, go check them out. This game, very, very free to play. It's fantastic. It's made in Unreal Engine. It's so good. It's so good. I cannot wait. I had to stop myself from playing it because I wanted to be able to give you guys as much as I could. I wanted to give it my heart and soul when it actually releases, but here we go. So remember, all of this could be in-game art. Like, this could be in-game right here. They're making it out to be a cinematic, but this could be in-game. Because it's all the same. I love tsunderes. Explosive stuffed animals. I've actually never seen this trailer before. I looked it up just for this video. That's a main character. Alright, so I figured I would show a sort of my my first look at the game and show you guys This is what the in-game graphics will look like for the game. Showing off, so this is how Nexon does stuff. You see there's 3 different costumes here. Just completely changes your look, doesn't edit your stats at all. So that's sort of how they do things. Show you the gameplay here. Right here. Here's gameplay. In-game cutscenes here. So it is turn-based with a global cooldown.
Oh man.
So when I activate that ultimate there, you can see that it has 96 seconds till I can cast that one again. But then once I activate it, as soon as it's done here, you'll see you see how all skills have a global cooldown. This is a thing that happens consistently in MMORPGs, where you have to wait for the global cooldown. So it's sort of turn-based, but you have to wait for your cooldowns. ×3 auto for this game allowed you to not have sound. So if you were doing it if you're playing it in the background, but you always wanted to play with sound. They give you a lot of SSRs in the game. Very free to play. All I can say is go look for my video. This is the SSR selector in the game, so I had to actually pick a hero, and we had several of them just at the start of the game. I will of course be coming up with a reroll guide for this, though you don't really. So you sort of want to reroll. I mean, you could reroll for an SSR, but here's the thing: you get to pick multiple SSRs also, and then you're going to be summoning a whole bunch as well. So I'm not sure how much rerolling is actually going to really be needed here. Going back to, you know, some of the in-game graphics here with the, you know, 2D splash art while they're talking. All I can say is I am looking forward to this game, and yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys have something else that I probably should have added to my list, if you disagree with my list, if you're looking forward to these games, if you just saw these games for the first time, hopefully any or all of this is going to be interesting for you guys. This was a fun video to make. It was something a little bit different for me. I know that I could do it better next time, especially with the editing stuff in and out, to make it look a lot nicer and a lot crisper. But everything that I have for these games will be in the description below, or will be in my Discord. I am so looking forward to Overhit, especially. If you like this or any of the other variety content that I do, feel free to subscribe. Leave that comment down below about the game that you're burning to see. This was a hard list to do because there were about 10 games that are also releasing in the next 2 to 3 months that didn't make it on this list. But they're still games that I'm going to be looking at. So to sort of give you guys on YouTube, sort of to see what is going to be coming in the next couple of months, that way it's not surprising when all of a sudden out of nowhere you see a Lynn the Lightbringer video. Now you know sort of this is the style of stuff that's going to be coming for me for the next couple of months. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.